Yeah, let's just talk names in the news. This is a big story. I don't know how to describe what I'm about to say. I can tell you what I feel. I'm so saddened about this. Dick Vitale, the legendary voice of college basketball, ESPN, the one that crowned, all the great phrases in college basketball during his broadcast. He has fought a brutal fight with throat cancer. He beat it. Cancer has come back. Dick Vitale now needs immediate surgery for cancerous tumors in his neck. He's a great gentleman. He loves college basketball. He's been the point man for the cancer fundraiser, the Jimmy V Foundation, on behalf of his former friend Jim Valvano. And now people are rallying around Dick Vitale. I was trying to think of a word to describe Dick Vitale, and I'm going to plagiarize it. I'm going to take it from him, from his dictionary. He is an aircraft carrier of a guy. He's a hell of a man. So if you say prayers, pray for Dick Vitale because he has had a tough run uphill and now he's had another setback. He's going to have surgery for cancer of the neck. Bo Jackson, great running back. Bo Jackson, hell of a two-way baseball player. Bo Jackson wept over the weekend. He was inducted into the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame. Now, his career was shortchanged by a career ending hip injury, but he spoke glowingly about this experience as a two sport guy. I mean, he did it before Deion Sanders did it, and they both did it really, really well. But he wept at home plate and during the press conference. It was really interesting because he's a big, tough hombre. We follow auto racing. John Force finally released from the hospital. Horrific crash. National Hot Rod Association races a week and a half ago. Car exploded at the finish line doing 300 miles an hour, blew into flames, debris everywhere. He was in the driver's cockpit. He hit the outside wall, hit the inside wall. Car finally came to a stop. They got him out of the blaze. Did not get burned, but obviously the force of the crashes really caused some problems with his inner organs. He's going to survive. It was a hell of a thing. You want to see about the integrity of what auto racing is all about, the integrity of the cockpit of that drag racer, or the integrity of what NASCAR or IndyCar or Formula One cars have now become. We've not had any deaths since Dale Earnhardt Sr. Died, 20 years ago. But Google John Force NHRA crash, you'll be amazed. Soccer, they're going to have to play the best games of their life. It's really been a roller coaster of a ride for Team USA. Tuesday, they play Uruguay, and it's a big challenge. They have to win to move on to the knockout round. They won their first game very impressively, got blown out of their second game. They lost Tim Weah, a midfielder who has been hit with a 2-game suspension for a red card for throwing a forearm to the back of the head of a player. So they're going to be down one man. And they're going to have to bounce back against Uruguay, which is a forceful, fast team. At this point in time, a lot of people wondering, Greg Berhalter the right guy? I still think he is, and I still think they could win this game against Uruguay, get to the knockout round. We'll see how they go. Not a good time at Team Mexico. We talked about this. I did not agree with the makeup of the Mexican roster. El Trio gets knocked out of group play, is not moving on. They left 5 veteran players, including their goalkeeper, Ochoa, off the Copa roster, and Mexico got beat. Mexico had not scored a goal in the last 2 games, scored only 1 goal in 3 games and lost. Guess who's going to the knockout round? With half of England criticizing their coach and Harry Kane sounding off in defense of everybody on the English side, the 3 Lions are going to the knockout round. They won their group. How impressive was that? Harry Kane's in grudge mode against the British media. But as he said last night, hey, back home on the island, we're still playing soccer. You're going to follow us and cheer for us next week. Harry Kane has been in grudge mode against the BBC and their criticism and coverage. And this was really cool. We have talked extensively about Caitlin Clark. We've talked extensively about how she's been treated, kind of targeted in the WNBA. Before the tip-off on Sunday of the Indiana Fever Phoenix Mercury game, Brittany Griner walked across the floor and hugged Caitlin Clark for an extended period of time. It was really kind of cool. And she continues to play better. The team is getting better, although they're obviously not a first-place roster. But that's the first time anybody in the WNBA in about 3 weeks has really shown any compassion to what Caitlin Clark has gone through personally and how they've mistreated her physically. But yet Caitlin Clark keeps coming down the floor, making passes, taking threes, scoring points, and trying to get better defensively. But Brittany Griner made her own personal statement towards Caitlin Clark. That was cool. So, John, those are hot topics on the table. I'll invite you to respond from Coach Vitale to Bo Jackson all the way down to the WNBA.
Okay, just a couple of quick comments. Dick Vitale, obviously a great guy. I mean, he's the one that built all the excitement. I remember him in March Madness, I think in the 80s when it was really cooking and he became much more on the national stage. So best wishes, good prayers for Dick Vitale. Love Bo Jackson. What a story. And good for the Royals for recognizing him. John Force is a name I'd never heard of. When I first saw his name written, I thought it might have been a typo, but no, he's legit. I went to drag races at the Fremont Speedway up in the Bay Area as a kid, and that was always something. There's people that are really into that sport, and what a tragic case for him. Team USA, yeah, that red card screwed them. They have to beat Uruguay. That's a tough assignment. But the Caitlin Clark thing, I love that story because it's nice to see a public display of affection for him, especially someone like Brittany Griner. But I saw Caitlin Clark being interviewed and they asked her, are you getting advice from any of the other WNBA players? And she said, no. So it seems like they're still shunning her to a great degree.
No, I concur with you. It's almost like she's been isolated on an island by herself because of who she is, the persona, what her reputation was a player. But at the end of the day, she's had such a positive impact on the WNBA. All right, it's time for fans.